Good morning. Try that again. Good morning. Oh, there we go. Before we start our soul singing today, I invite those of you joining us online to get a chalice or candle that you can light with us when we light our chalices. Everyone, I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we are led by our youth to sing the UU Principles song. Welcome, everyone. Enter, rejoice, and come into our multi-platform space here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Miami, or as we affectionately call it, UU Miami. As a member of the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, we bring a faith devoted to liberal values to the great city of Miami. I'm Carly Pulaski, the Director of Religious Exploration here, and I, along with all of my youth participating in RE, have the pleasure of sharing the Chalica celebration with you today. UU Miami wants to acknowledge the land that we gather on, traditionally stewarded by the Tequesta, Miccosukee, and Seminole people. We honor with gratitude this land itself and these people who have stewarded it throughout the generations. Today's service, in fact, will highlight the ways in which we are raising our youth to become stewards of this land as well. UU Miami is a community of brave, curious, and compassionate thinkers and doers. We invite you to learn more about us. For more information, you can say hello to one of the friendly faces with a yellow lanyard or greet Reverend Tom in the back. You have joined us for a very special service. We're so glad that you're here with us. Today, we commemorate Chalica to acknowledge that our faith is not one of doctrines or dogma. The Unitarian Universalist Association describes Chalica as a week-long celebration of our UU principles. The holiday first emerged in 2005 out of a wish to have a holiday organized around UU values. Chalica begins the first Monday in December and lasts 8 days long, one for each UU principle. Each day, a chalice is lit, and the day is spent reflecting on the meaning of that day's principle, and doing a good deed, perhaps, that honors the values of that principle. A little while later in the service, our children will lead us in a Chalica walk that we created in our education wing. It'll be a walking meditation. So You will really be immersed. All your senses will be immersed in our 8 principles today. But don't worry, we won't quiz you on them at the end. I now invite Sophia Lorenas to lead us in the unison affirmation.
Please join me in our unison affirmation, first in English and then in Spanish. Love is the spirit of this faith, and service is its prayer. In love, we agree to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de nuestra fe, y el servicio es su oración. En amor acordamos vivir unidos en paz, buscar el conocimiento y libertad, y ayudarnos el uno al otro.
We light this candle to remind ourselves of the goodness that exists in each person. We light this candle to remind us to treat all people kindly. We light this candle to remind us that we work together. We light this candle to remind us of our individual search for truth and meaning. We light this candle to remind us of our faith in democracy. We light this candle to remind us that we must work to build a more just world. We light this candle to remind ourselves to take good care of the earth. We light this candle to remind us of our commitment to build and protect a beloved community. Together, these flames shine on our journey to live the lives of full goodness and love.
To help you remember these principles, we also want to share a finger play that highlights each one. 1, every person is important. 2, peace and kindness matter. 3, we come together to learn. 4, we search for what is true. 5, everybody gets a vote. 6, we build justice in the world. 7, we kneel down on the earth and care for Earth's lifeboat. And 8, we fight racism. Thank you. I share these words by Unitarian Universalist Gwen Matthews, reflecting on the spirit of this holiday season. You are the holiday miracle. As December opens up before us, we welcome in the gift of reflection. We turn toward our holiday celebrations and search for common threads of meaning. We begin with Yule, the winter solstice. We welcome we are invited to explore duality, cycles, and seasons, and to witness a holy king being overcome by the oak king. Yule reminds us that we all partake in the miracle of renewal. Hanukkah, the festival of lights, commemorates at the time of miracles when the faith of the Jewish people sustained them to reclaim their holy temple and keep the light of menorah burning for 8 days. Christmas, a celebration of Jesus' humble birth in manger, offers us to revisit the miracle of birth and the desire to find saviors to heal the scars of humanity. Here in our congregation, you are just as much of a holiday miracle as the turning of the earth, as persistence and dedication to a faith, as a creation of each new life. We see the love you give to others, the space you create to hold one another's joys and sorrows, and the generosity and spirit you entrust to this community. You are the holiday miracle. This community is one of miracle makers.
Now, the children will stand, all of our youth will stand, and will lead us out down the middle for all of those who are up for a meditative stroll through the RE wing, where you can do our walking meditation. There are signs, stops along the way, where you will see printed in both kid language and in our adult UUA-approved language all of our principles. Those of you wishing to stay will have the principles here on the screen for you as well for this moment of meditation. Go ahead, Sol. Welcome back into our sanctuary. It is indeed the season of giving. For those of you watching our service online, I invite you to take out your smartphone, open the camera app, point it at the QR code on screen. We'll open right to the UU Miami donation page, or you can go to uumiami.org and click the donate button. Those present in the sanctuary, there will be a basket passed around. Thank you, Luigi. Today, you will have the opportunity to not only donate to this congregation, but also to survivors affected by violence, the Jack Brown Foundation. Letha Sherrills Bush's 5 siblings were killed in gun violence, but it was the murder of her son, Jack P. Brown III, that got her to start Survivors Affected by Violence. Her organization works to support survivors of gun violence, reduce gun violence, and it collaborates with a number of allies here in South Florida to do this work. This congregation is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place and the work we do in the world, for we are now keepers of the dream.
Our special music today will be with the adult choir. So adult choir, can you please come up? I will scooch that microphone back and you can stand in your U shape on the floor. Our selection today is another one from the Justice Choir songbook called Courage to Be Who We Are. The lyrics are, we are standing in the memory of those who have fallen. We are singing in the memory of those who have fallen, standing for the courage to be who we are.
Those
It is our continued work to create a welcome, affirming community in which young and old can recharge, imagine, create, and expand. The fourth principle in our living tradition honors our commitment to protecting a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. And our efforts in the RE program strive to cultivate a safe environment in which our littlest learners can seek out their truth. Whether through artistic expression, reveling in nature, pondering age-old stories, or connecting with the wisdom of elders in our community, participants in our religious exploration classes are provided varied opportunities to develop into kind, compassionate, and socially conscious young adults. It has been a joy to work with our youth these last few months. We've learned about our South Florida ecosystems in our Waves and Reefs children's class, really leaning into our seventh principle, learning how to better take care of our blue boat home. And we've been thrilled to launch with our teens Activism in Action, Social Justice and Leadership for Teens, to support our adolescents in a survey of local social issues and workshops to provide them tools to work for a more just, equitable, and loving community in our home of Miami. Likewise, our whole congregational family has enjoyed special events and intergenerational programming like our All Hallows Bash. Major thanks to Martha Capo on that one. Our intergenerational game nights and crafting, which have supplied us with our gorgeous tree and chalices. As a further introduction to what Chalica and RE means to us, we have prepared a little video for you.
My favorite principle is we search for what is true, because if anything wasn't true, I don't think we would be alive. My favorite principle is be kind in all you do, because you should be kind in everything you do, and you should never bully people, never be mean.
The sixth principle reminds me of something I say in school. Help me to help myself so I may help others.
The eighth principle is important because if racism happens, then nobody will be able to go together.
My favorite principle is the first one, that every person is important, because I think everyone should be respected and valued for being here on earth.
And now, what you saw on camera and on video, our youth will explain a little bit, connecting our activities, our fun and games, and our lessons to those 8 principles we share.
We believe each and every person is important. Everyone is worthy of love and respect.
Just like each member of an ecosystem has an important role to play, every person is uniquely important.
The second principle says that we should all be treated with kindness and fairness. This reminds me of one of the songs we learned. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Here, all people are accepted and we learn together. Many of the games in class have helped us practice our teamwork. My favorite game has been playing bear, mosquito, and salmon tag, which is kind of like tag and rock, paper, scissors together.
We believe each person is free to search for what is true and right in life. One of the ways we search for truth has been through science experiments to learn about waves and currents.
Everyone deserves a vote about the things that concern them. In our class, we have learned about some of the most important tools in our social justice toolbox, our voice and our votes. Many of you here today have helped us in our letter writing efforts to promote voter turnout in this recent midterm election. To me, democracy means when each person uses their voice to express their opinion through government.
We believe in working for a peaceful, fair, and free world.
And we have promoted this through our community service projects. We have helped this UU Miami community by assisting the membership and worship committees on Sunday mornings, as well as serving as teacher aides for the Waves and Reefs class. Also, we have organized personal hygiene items to the Camilla's House, an organization providing wraparound health and housing services to community members experiencing homelessness. The most meaningful takeaway from these experiences for me was learning how to take on leadership roles and helping those in need.
Our 7th principle says that we believe in caring for our planet Earth and every living thing that shares it with us.
We are all connected.
And to highlight that connectedness, we'll do a little abbreviated demo of one of the activities we did with this ball of yarn in which we connect a web of all of our shared characteristics or fun facts. getting to the end there. Yeah, Haley needs one. Yay. So can we stretch out and hold up the rope for everyone to see? It only took a couple of minutes to connect us. It does look like it's a Chalica star. Well done. All right. Come on back. Bravo. Yay. Anna's going to roll up the yarn, and Lillian and Nina are going to do our 8.
This summer, we adopted this 8th principle that reminds us to build and protect our beloved community.
Our UU Miami History Project highlighted this community's long-standing commitment to fighting racism and injustice. And through our social justice focused class, we are growing our ability as young people to be the change we want to see in the world.
So, adults, or young at heart, I encourage you to reflect this holiday season. What can you do to honor these values we share? How can you embody these principles? If you need any ideas, you can just ask these folks.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. And change will come to you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. And change will come to you. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. And change will come to you. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be
We have many, many thanks to offer this morning. I first, of course, want to thank each and every one of our youth and their families for their extra efforts in putting this morning together. I know it took a little extra oomph in a very busy season, and I think they did a remarkable job. What say you? I would like to thank our music director, Alex Colaizzi, and our wonderful UU Miami choir, of course, the incomparable Joseph Toledo, and Steve Snyder for running our live stream, caring for our glorious campus, our crafting crew for supplying today's decorations, to get our space ready for the holiday seasons, and finally, all of you members of our congregation and visitors and friends, you're part of this tapestry of faith, so we are so thankful for you to be here with us today. I have a few announcements from Reverend Tom. Number one, Reverend Tom will be facilitating the Build Your Own Theology class. They'll be returning to the book Trusting Change by Karen Herring. Today, they will be discussing grief. Also today at 2 p.m., No Hate will be taking pictures. That's why all of us are in white, or many of us are in white today. You can get your picture taken to support the LGBTQ community. The No Hate campaign is a photographic silent protest created by the celebrity photographer Adam Busaka and partner Jeff Parsley in direct response to the passage of Proposition 8 in California. Photos feature subjects with duct tape over their mouths, symbolizing their voices being silenced by Prop 8, and similar legislation around the world, with No Hate printed on one cheek in protest. 9 years since its inception, the No Hate campaign has grown to over 56,000 faces and continues to grow at an exponential rate. The campaign began with the portraits of everyday Californians from all walks of life and soon rose to include politicians, military personnel, newlyweds, law enforcement, artists, celebrities, and many more from across the globe. Please wear your white t-shirt for the photo. Come have your photos taken to embody your support of the LGBTQ members of our community. Lastly, the Conscious Aging Group will meet this Tuesday at 11 a.m. All are welcome to join. This week, Elizabeth Hayes will be discussing preparing for the end of your life, exploring what hospice is, considering end-of-life discussions, and other medical and psychological issues to think about in order to end your life well. Please watch for your weekly email newsletter updates. You can visit our website for additional online or upcoming program. After today's service, you can join us for a lovely lunch prepared by Martha Capo for a suggested donation of $5. And we will see you next week for Reverend Tom's service, The Mystic Path. The description reads, "Would that we could wake up to what we were, when we were ocean before that, to when sky was earth, and animal was energy, and rock was liquid, before we came to believe humans were so important. No I, no we, only a tiny dot brimming with is, all, everything home. During this dark time of year, let's explore the mythic spiritual path. We hope you will join us. And I will turn it back over to our youth for our final words. Thank you.
We gather the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action into our hearts. Back into the world of do and say, carry it forward into the dawning day. Go now in peace. Amen. So may it be.